named Team Kuseri. I pronounced their name like Kuseri. I kept on pronouncing it like that, but I was in one of the tournaments. But like that's always been a big issue. Anyway, gonna be repping that green Lucina skin, also with that Final Fantasy Advent Child. I don't know why. It just dude. Hide your kids, hide your wives. That green is not a funny color when it comes down to some skins.
What?
Anyway, can you play also? That's wait, what happened?
Dude, you lost me for a second there.
I'm sorry. That sometimes happens a lot with me. But also, another thing you'd also say change up. Try to play that space game. Might be a big issue.
Sword versus big sword.
Yeah. I think another thing I do want to see from Jenova. Try and like utilize the movement that Cloud has, and then try and find ways to burst in. Because that was what we were able to see them take advantage a lot against JJ Tails in their first time on screen.
Lost limit, no use for it.
I think also, another thing that comes down to Clouds, a lot of times when you play around that. Oh my goodness! Really good counter.
Nice.
But like I think what a lot of Clouds have a struggle with, when you try to play around with that limit, sometimes you like forget about that timer because you're worrying about how you move in, how you burst in, and then sometimes it's a wasted tool.
If at first you don't succeed, cross slash again.
Absolutely.
Alright, yeah, we're just seeing Mr. E just get the lead here, just be really consistent with this, just getting that chip damage, outranging Jenova. It's just not looking good for him.
Uh-oh. If they did snap to the ledge with it, that could be it. But there's that scoop with it.
That's a scoop of ice cream.
I didn't know Mr. E was a flavor out there. Or maybe Jenova whizzed with the whole case. Like it with that ice cream truck, trying to see how they can get themselves with it, but try to see how they
that's vanilla flavor.
Maybe that would be the case. Would like what would Cloud be? Would Cloud be like some
Rocky Road.
Okay. It actually makes sense when you consider the Cloud
right. Yep.
But that's gonna be how they get that stuff. That's just sort of been a big issue with Jenova. Of course, that disadvantage state for Cloud is very exploitable, and Mr. E showing how it's done, knowing how that's cerebral when it comes down cerebral. I'm not.
I will help you, dude. I will try to help as much as I can.
Thank you, Psychotics.
You know how people like deal with this horrible spelling is it gets tough.
Okay, but Mr. E putting up that pressure, almost getting that F smash, and they
stop doing neutral get up, you doof.
And honestly, just a good thing that Mr. E does really well is just those type of ledge traps, able to continue it off, and just like Lucina able to play that range and that type of space-to-space game. But no, a character that has no ignorance to the ledge traps is Cloud with it as well.
That back here though. No scoop of ice cream for him. The scoop broke.
But if we're getting ice creams or cakes, who is slicing this up, trying to catch onto that recovery? And now that's the up B, and that's going to do it. Mr. E just catching up in so many ways. Could be Cookie Dough.
Who would be Cookie Dough?
Who would be Cookie Dough in this game?
Yeah, who would be Cookie Dough? No, just in general. Who would be Cookie Dough ice cream?
I'm trying to think about that. Maybe Pac-Man? I'm trying to think.
Nah. I think Pac-Man's more of a sherbet.
Okay. Okay, that could definitely make sense. But like Dark Pit's definitely chocolate. Maybe I'm trying to also think.
Oh my god, who would be Cookie Dough? Who would be Cookie Dough?
When you think of Cookie Dough, we have to think of like a thing that has like a jack of all trades, or like a character that like has numerous amounts of mix-ups. So Pyra? Pyra?
No.
Maybe? No.
They'd be like half and half.
That'd be like ice. That'd be like vanilla on top of chocolate.
Would Terry be Cookie Dough? Maybe.
Maybe I could definitely see.
I could definitely see
that. Yeah, this. So then, let's try to think of other flavors. Who would be like? Isn't there like a? This is just commentary for your point. We've stopped caring about the bats. We've cared about the real stuff.
Yeah, who cares about that? It's ice cream time now. Too bad I'm lactose intolerant, but that has never stopped me.
Oh my goodness, I would hate it if I was ice. I'm not like lactose intolerant. I'm just very picky, so I've never really been an ice cream person.
I love ice cream.
I wish I liked ice cream.
Dude, same. Like, unfortunately, like, I have a picky palate, so I get it, but, like, ice cream is definitely one of those things where I can afford to not be picky on. I like most flavors, honestly.
I'm trying to get better with it.
I love strawberry, surprisingly. Like, strawberry ice cream, strawberry milkshakes, that is just delicious.
But anyway, we're gonna see how this mixes up with this group. It's gonna be taking it back towards Pokemon Stadium. Maybe feeling themselves a little bit, but now you're gonna be filling up with those slices. Speaking of slices, maybe we need to be talking about cake. The way that Mr. E's putting up all sorts of flavors. Goodness, goodness.
Will it cake?
I'm gonna say, will it cake? Oh God! Speaking of cake, that was a scary time on Twitter. Just thinking of everything with you sliced through. That was just cake.
That was so weird, honestly.
No, the weirdest thing I saw. The weirdest thing I saw was someone actually making like a child and then slicing it, and it was cake.
No. The funniest one was when Frieza became cake.
Oh, I didn't get to see that, but now he looks like a sword for Solaris. But anyway, gonna be eating it back up. It's Jenova. Another thing that they've been kind of struggling in, like Mr. E just catching odds in so many ways that Jenova just like, tried approaching, and that's just Mr. E how they do it, how they're able to like have like one option covered. Like if this one option on the list that misses, then they have the other one on the list at number 2, and then they just throw it out like constantly.
Huh. Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
Trying to set up with that back here, trying to recover themselves back to stage. And another thing we haven't really been seeing a lot from the Jenova, they haven't really been utilizing some of that time of hot game because a lot of times Mr. E has just been throwing out those type of tilts instead of holding off that shield. Maybe try to like play a little bit off of that. Maybe try and bait the shield hit and then try like force themselves around with that air game.
Yeah, Mr. E is not going to be one to just wait for this kind of option. He's just going to take care of it now.
And now Mr. E looking poised to potentially make it through this bracket. Can Jenova find any sorts of Jenovas that can get themselves back into it? Whether that be banned or whether that be legal, Jenova can get themselves back into it.
Oh, that's a bad
leg trap. Ooh, catching that man slipping. And that is how Jenova gets the stocks. Even if it's like even stocks, and even though Mr. E is the one that's pretty much dominantly taken, it's always even when it comes down to stock position.
Yeah, actually.
I think the issue is just without a jump.
Ooh.
Oh wait, I was expecting the reversal on that down there, but just trying to get themselves back to stage. Could Jenova actually have like that was actually the blessing that they needed to get themselves back into it. Got on with a grab, looking for a down air or anything, but actually not pulling the trigger with it.
Do we see a finishing touch?
Okay, we've mentioned before Jenova is apparently loving those.
Oh no, just the limit cross slash. Oh wait,
this could be it. This could be it.
Nope.
Oh, not even gonna go for it.
Yeah, there's no point. Lucina has invincibility on her recovery for the most, like at the startup.
Oh no! They were trying to like delay themselves due to that F smash, but unfortunately, SD, all those tight knit, tight close, those knots have been pulled out, and Mr. E is gonna be moving on towards winners quarterfinals.
He is one set away from making top 8 winners side.
Ooh, my goodness. And that's already how it's been going. Alright, that was a good set. Even if they were able to come out on top with it, it's just good, a little good play. And honestly, that's a lot of times how that comes down. Like, you go against those top players, you're able to make it close, but what separates the top players or the high-level players from the mid-level players, or just top from high, is also just who can close out those games better, or who can keep that same momentum moving on the bracket. And unfortunately, was that top-level player with it. And honestly, as we are reaching near this dot, I think we might have, for Side Talks tonight, we might have only one set more when it comes down to this. I think we'll be getting like one more, and we're reaching the 3 p.m. dock, so we might be seeing another people come in with it. But anyway, while we still have ourselves rested, who we have up next is actually two people I know very well, L-Man and BMOC, or BMOC, jumping in with that. So we're going to be seeing a Pyramithra versus Jigglypuff, if I'm saying? Yeah, Jigglypuff. So that's going to be an interesting matchup when it comes down to it. And yeah, that's just going to get ourselves right with it.